Kefir, kombucha, buttermilk, I mean, they're everywhere, right? You've seen them all over, promising these amazing benefits for your gut. But let's be real, it can get pretty confusing. Which one are you actually supposed to be drinking? Well, that's what we're going to figure out. Let's dive in and build a super simple guide based on expert advice to help you pick the perfect drink for your gut.
So for this explainer, we're taking our cues from gastroenterologist Dr. Powell, and he makes this absolutely crucial point. Not all of these drinks do the same thing. The real secret is understanding that some are meant to calm your gut down, while others are designed to, well, fire it up. And if you pick the wrong one at the wrong time, yeah, you could actually make things feel a whole lot worse.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to break down that core difference between calming and stimulating. Then we'll meet the calming crew and the stimulating squad. We've also got a really cool special category called nourishing powerhouses. And finally, we'll pull it all together so you can build your very own gut health playbook. Ready? Let's do it.
All right, let's jump right into our first section. Not all drinks are equal. I want you to think of this like two completely different paths you can send your gut down, and it all depends on what it needs in that exact moment.
So, what's the big difference here? Well, on one side, you've got your calming drinks. These are your best friends after a meal, especially if it was a big one. They're all about soothing digestion, knocking down acidity, and just generally settling a weak or upset stomach. Then on the other side, you have the stimulating drinks. You want to drink these before you eat. They're like a wake-up call for your digestive enzymes, getting your gut prepped and ready for the food that's on its way.
Let's meet the first team. Welcome to the calming crew. These are the drinks you're going to reach for when your stomach is feeling a little, off, or after you've eaten and you just want everything to go down smoothly. And we are kicking things off with an absolute classic, buttermilk, or as it's often called, chas. Dr. Paul shared this hilarious story from one of his patients who absolutely swears by it as his weekend recovery tool. Now look, we can't officially call it a hangover cure, but it's the perfect way to introduce its amazing soothing powers.
So how does it actually work? What's the science? Well, during fermentation, good bacteria eat up the milk sugar, the lactose, and turn it into lactic acid. This does a couple of really cool things. It makes the proteins in the milk way easier for your body to handle, and it helps cut down on that awful bloating and gas. It's why it feels so good after a meal.
Our next drink in the calming crew is Sokadi, and it comes with another fantastic story. So Dr. Paul told his friends they should definitely try it on their trip to Goa, and apparently they loved the idea so much, they booked the trip and went without him.
And honestly, that story tells you everything you need to know about Sukadi. It's not trying to be a probiotic powerhouse like some of the other drinks we're going to talk about, and that's the whole point. Its #1 job is to be this cooling, soothing balm for your stomach. It is absolutely fantastic at taming acidity after you eat.
Okay, we've met the calmers, so now it's time to get a little energy going and meet the other team. Welcome to Section 3, the Stimulating Squad. These are the drinks that basically give your digestive system a friendly kickstart before a meal. First up, we have a really potent drink called congee. And you can probably guess from this quote, Dr. Powell's friend had a pretty funny misunderstanding about it. He thought it was some kind of party drink. Let me be clear, it is definitely not that. Congee is a powerful, traditional tonic you drink before a meal. That mix of fermented black carrots and mustard creates this really unique, pungent, sour flavor. And that flavor is specifically designed to get your digestive enzymes fired up and ready to go. Because it's so strong, you really want to start slow with this one, especially if you know you have a sensitive stomach.
Next up in our stimulating squad is kefir. When Dr. Powell's friend just dismissed it as spoiled milk, Dr. Powell had this perfect comeback ready. Kefir is this amazing, tangy, slightly fizzy drink, and it is just packed with a huge variety of beneficial bacteria and yeasts.
And you know what's really cool about kefir? It's actually super easy to make yourself at home. It's just a simple 4-step process. All you need are some kefir grains, which are actually these living little cultures, and you can just reuse them again and again. You basically have a never-ending supply.
And now for the big one, the one you've definitely all heard of, kombucha. This question from a subscriber is just hilarious, but it totally captures how much confusion is out there about this drink. And, just for the record, the answer is, you drink it raw. Definitely no Pepsi or Coke involved.
But with kombucha, there are a few things you really need to keep in mind. It's acidic, right? It gets that from the fermentation. It also has caffeine from the tea it's made with, and there's often some sugar left over. So, this means it might not be the best pick for everyone. If you struggle with things like acid reflux or ulcers, or if you're pregnant, it's probably a good idea to be a little cautious with this one.
All right, let's get to our third and final category, and this one is special. These are the nourishing powerhouses. These drinks are on another level. They're not just about digestion. They're actually substantial enough to be a light meal all by themselves.
We're talking about these amazing traditional drinks from southern India like Kamben Kool and Ragi Ambali. They're made by fermenting millets, and the result is this thick, almost porridge-like drink that is incredibly filling. It's literally designed to give you long-lasting energy.
So how nourishing are we talking? Let's just look at the raw numbers. First, let's talk fiber. That's how many grams of fiber are in every 100 grams of pearl millet, which is the key ingredient in Kamben Kool. That is a ton of fiber, which is absolutely fantastic for keeping you feeling full and for supporting a really healthy digestive system. And what about protein? Check this out. That same 100 grams of pearl millet also gives you about 10 grams of protein. So when you put that high fiber and high protein together, it's easy to see why these drinks were the go-to fuel for farmers and workers who needed serious, sustained energy to get through a long, hard day.
Okay, we've met all the players on the field. Now, let's bring it all home in our final section. Your gut, your choice. This is where we take all this info and make it work for you personally. So, what's the bottom line here? It's actually really simple. The single most important thing you can do is listen to your own body. There is no one best drink that works for everyone all the time. It is all about context. Just ask yourself, right now, does my stomach need to be soothed after a meal, or does my digestion need a little kickstart before I eat?
And here it is, your own personal playbook. This is your cheat sheet. When you need something calming after you eat, you've got buttermilk and selkity. To stimulate digestion before a meal, you've got congee. For a general boost in the morning or between meals, kefir and kombucha are awesome choices. And when you need something that's basically a meal in a glass, you've got those nourishing millet drinks.
So, there you have it. We've broken down the what, the when, and the why of all these amazing fermented drinks. We've seen that the real secret isn't just about if you drink them, but about drinking the right one at the right time. Which really just leaves one final question for you. Now that you know all the players, which drink are you going to add to your guts team?